Jess. But can you expect
200 to...
would you look who's back?
This will have to be... No.
To get in fall in love. What has been bothering you? Silly me. True. That's what water bubble. Have a little bit of. You think so? Well, I think you're a good person. I think I brought some. Are we recording? I think we definitely are. Alright, very nice. Let's just leave that in here, because why not? You know, it's a very special day anyways. Okay, I'm guessing you're watching now, so I should start with... Thank you. Thank you all. From the depths of my heart, thank you for being here. And thank you for being you. Now, I want to leave a little warning. Seraph might get just a tad bit emotional in this video. I'll try not to, for the sake of you. And so you don't get any of the sad vibes. I don't want to do that. But there's probably a very high chance that I might cry during this video, so I'll try not to, for you. As if you didn't know already, and if I need to remind you, we have hit a really big milestone. And that milestone being that we hit 20,000. Yes, big 20,000. 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Starting this channel on November 30th, 2022 is the day that I posted my first ASMR related video. It was a reoccurring character, as you can tell on the channel. It wasn't exactly furry ASMR, but it was my first steps into making content online. It was a Stolas video. One of your favorite owls. And it being my first video, I didn't have any expectations for it in the slightest. I guess I couldn't have expected to get anywhere to where I am today, but first, starting out the channel, I just wanted to try something new while I was going through a breakup during the time. I'm sure I've mentioned this in a past video, but one of the reasons why I've started doing ASMR, and I guess my perception of everything has changed, of course, during the journey that we've all been a part of. But starting off, it was for more, sadly, selfish reasons. Sorry, I'm already starting to slur up my words here. But it definitely has started off with more selfish reasons. Being that when you're facing a breakup, of course you're going through a lot of emotions, and you want to find some way to replace, I guess you can say, the other half of your soul. And you'll do anything and everything to try and replace that feeling. Now, watching ASMR already for a couple years before then, when quarantine was hitting everywhere, I decided that the best way for me to cope, and try to distract myself from what has been happening, was to make a ASMR video. I thought it would capture some type of estranged feeling that I thought I could accomplish something, because I was already struggling in high school during this time, and I was a little lost, I guess you can say, and I wanted to do something that maybe I would find myself to enjoy. And I guess what I can leave for others is that if you feel like you want to start something and you're unsure, or if you're afraid that you might do it for the wrong reasons, things don't have to stay that way. Things will always change with time, and you can always change with time. You just have to have enough faith and enough heart to know that things will change. I believe that you can do that. But everyone's different in that way. Everyone's different in that way. And seeing those first few comments on YouTube of the kind remarks that you fluffs will leave behind, and I want to have a special thank you for the first few that were commenting on those videos. I'm sure they're not watching anymore, but that's okay. That is okay. It's the thought that counts. But those first few comments really instilled something in me to continue. You know, I don't want to play the pity card, but I don't usually ever get any type of compliments. You know, maybe that's because of the life that I've lived, or the unfortunate events that have occurred during my lifetime and all that, but it felt nice for once to hear such words like that. It gave me hope that I could do something that maybe people would enjoy or even fall asleep to. I could finally help people, and it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And a little backstory on me. This ASMR channel, in my high school career, intertwined in a very strange way, because a couple years ago I was hoping to become a registered nurse at some point. And I guess it correlates to helping people when it comes to ASMR, but I was really focused on becoming that. But I'm sure this is off topic, but school is a complicated thing, and I'm sure that I believe that you can make it through, because, you know, school is quite important. You may figure out at some point maybe it's not for you. And as long as you have some sort of idea of what you want to do, and, you know, what you can capitalize on, you know, you don't want to leave without a plan. And, you know, I guess I could say that it was almost like that when I was dropping out of high school. It was because I wanted to continue doing this. I seen that I wasn't doing very well. I was missing many, many days, and I just had to make a decision before I digged myself into a deeper hole, and that would have been a terrible situation to be in. So it's important to always make a choice for yourself, because your future and your past self hinges off of your decisions. And it's okay if you make a wrong decision, or a decision that you might regret. You come out with more knowledge, and you know what not to do and what to do. But I guess the point that I'm getting at is, you know, if you find yourself enjoying something or not enjoying something, you gotta make a decision. Because you wouldn't want to continue something that you don't feel like you'll excel in, or find yourself doing more in the future. It's important to always make a decision. And for me, it was, I guess, leaving high school to pursue more of the opportunities I could make with this and some other things. Thankfully, I was able to get my GED a couple months after dropping out of high school, and I got to focus on this full time. Much before in the past, it was, my schedule, at least for this channel, was really, really wonky. It would be either a few months or maybe even a few weeks, and to nowadays, daily. Daily content. And I can only hope that you enjoy that, and that you, you know, find some sort of enjoyment out of the daily content, because if I can find myself able to do it, then I'll always do it for you, because you are always my priority when it comes to this channel. And some people might say that I'm wrong for that, or, you know, I'm being too selfless, or I'm trying to, I've seen a few comments saying that I'm narcissistic in that way, but I don't know the exact, definition of it. I think it's the opposite. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm suffering behind the camera, which I'm not. I just genuinely want to do this for you. Even if that means that I can lose a couple hours of sleep. Because in the end, you help me sleep. And I just want to constantly let you know that. But I'm okay. You don't have to worry about me. Now, what else was I going to mention? Of course, besides the big milestone. Oh man. A couple videos in when I was starting this channel, starting to get some sort of, I guess, a little bit of traction. Maybe I crossed my first 100 subs, and I was, of course, ecstatic, just like how I am now. Even if it doesn't seem like it, I'm sorry. My version of ecstatic might be different than what you might call it, but for me, seeing those few comments at the beginning, giving some sort of insight of like, hey, your content is good, or maybe your voice is something unique. It made me want to continue doing this. And I'm sure that can go for really anything that you may enjoy, and having a positive remark that makes you want to continue. And when I was continuing to make this content, that fire grew more and more and more and more. And I guess it got to the point where I was only thinking about YouTube. I wasn't even conjured up with like, oh, am I getting sleep? Am I eating enough? Am I even preparing myself for whatever social life that I may have in the future? It was just all YouTube and ASMR, because I still do very much enjoy this to the maximum and to the most that I can, because there's a underlying truth that I have been trying to sorry, I'm really getting a little stuttery now, that this channel may die at some point. It may lose what hope it might have had, the desire. Maybe I change as a person, because the truth of the matter is that I'm growing up. I don't know if this is something that I can do to make actual, I guess, how do I put this? Moving more into adult life, I would love to continue on and do this daily in hoping that I may, find more success in it, but I may actually have to find something that will pay to where I live. The price of living here is quite high, and I'm afraid that this project of mine, being, of course, YouTube, will cease to exist when I have to find something that actually pays well, I guess you can say. Because for me, in YouTube, it really wasn't because of the money. It really wasn't always because of the money. It's because I could generally enjoy something for once and help people. And the money was always something that I would leave to the side and, be constantly thankful for. But, I guess it's gonna have to be different in the future. It's a thought I don't like to think about, and it almost makes me a little sad, because I enjoy this a lot. And I know that with the people that I live with, and I'm gonna have to change that at some point if I want to you know, have a livable situation. Sorry. It's oh god, it's getting to that point. I'll stop being teary-eyed. I'm afraid that one day I might abandon this little child project of mine because, of course, it's nearing its 3-year anniversary, and I've sank so much time into it. I've sank so much effort, and I don't want that to change. And it's been with me for multiple events in my own life, and you may laugh at me. You can say I'm sensitive, you can say I'm too emotional about that type of thing, but it's true. This channel has been with me through multiple hard events, whether it's breaking up, losing people, even death. It's been here as a way for me to distract myself from everything. And of course, that's including you all that leave sweet comments that I constantly try my best to read, and I'm so sorry if I miss some of them. YouTube has been strange as of recently, and it's not showing all the comments, but I promise you I read every single comment left, whether it's overwhelmingly positive or some type of strange and negative comments. It's okay. I'm glad to just have the interaction, even if it does hurt. Even if it does hurt a bit, I'm glad to just have the social interaction. Oh man. Sorry, I told myself that I wasn't going to get emotional during this video. But here I am, very teary-eyed and emotional. But I hope it can show somewhat of how much I care for this channel and for all of you. Because I truly don't ever want to give this up. But I know how much life might get in the way, and maybe this channel will lose all the fire that it once had at some point. And we can always reflect on the old content and the better days of how things used to be. ASMR to me shouldn't have gotten this in tuned with me, but I don't regret anything. I don't regret a single thing. Because I've got to meet and I've gotten to interact with so much amazing people that share the same thought as me. It makes me not feel alone anymore. For once, I feel like I belong. And, you know, I haven't really had that. I haven't had moments like that, at least in a very long time. And I'm just thankful for that. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for everything at this point in time. And I still can't believe where I am. Sorry. And I don't want to seem like I'm brushing past anything, because I always want to show you how much these things really matter. You know, I want you to feel like you're family to me. I don't want to make it seem like you're just numbers on a screen, because you're not. At least to me. You all have brought this channel to where it has, and I couldn't have done it without any of you. And I thank you for that. I apologize if it seems like I'm rambling on too much. I just thought to make a longer formatted video for such a special day. And I apologize if you don't like seeing this emotional side of me. I'm sorry if you don't like that. I'm not trying to do it on purpose. I'm just trying to show you me, I guess. The creator behind it. You know, I have feelings, I have thoughts, and I have, you know, emotions. I don't want to seem like a robot to you all, even if it's ironic that I am, but I just wanted to make sure that you know that I'm human. I just wanted to let you know. But before I ramble on for 20 more minutes about really nothing, I really am thankful for all of you, because this channel will always be something that I'm grateful for. And especially every single one of you fluffs that tune in today, and the fluffs that were here years ago. You all matter so much to me, and none of this couldn't have happened without you. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm very happy that we can sit and have this one-on-one talk almost, because it feels like you're really here. It feels like that I'm really talking to you, and I love that. But I guess there isn't a single trait that I love about you. Oh dear. But I thank you all. I thank you all for listening to me for so many years, and to you that have only just begun watching me. I promise you everything from here on out, that we will only go higher from here. I promise you. I promise you that. Now, before I start crying again, I should probably wrap things up. Here. So, thank you for watching this video today. And thank you all. Thank you all for this big, big achievement. I love you all from the deepest corners of my heart. And I hope you all have a blessed day. Goodbye.